Bro, my body is in pain. Okay?
But my body is broke up.
It's broke up. Dude, yeah, because we've been doing the push-up challenge that you wanted to do.
That we didn't tell them about last week.
We didn't. So for those of you who don't know, EJ has challenged myself. And he's been doing this, what now, for a little over a week now?
Yeah, well, this is like exactly a week.
Exactly a week for you. I started this past Monday. We're recording this on the 18th, so the Thursday. So it's 100 push-ups a day for 30 days. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
How you feel? How you feel, Camargo?
Torn muscles all over. That's what I feel.
It's funny. I found that like day one was like, yo, what are you doing, fam? Like my body was like, stop it. We don't do this.
We don't do this.
Day two, it was like, oh, you're still up to it, eh? And then like by day four, it was like, okay. I remember we used to do this back in the day.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, see, I think for me, the difference is because before I had to get my vaccines, Andreas and I were going to the gym every single day. So I built up a lot of muscle. And then now, like, because I waited to get the vaccine and then I had to wait 2 rounds and then whatever, I lost all that muscle mass. Like, I have no more strength. So now doing this again.
Sounds like an excuse to me, fam.
Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, I did it for the first time, the 100. And I was like, okay, this is fine. Wake up the next day. I'm just like, I can't move. My body, I cannot move.
Oh, it was pain.
It was pain. I was like, okay, but I have to persevere. And we were actually talking about this before we started recording, was the way we keep each other accountable is we text how many sets we have done in the day. So like I'll text EJ being like, I got 30 out of 100 done. Yeah. And then like an hour later, he'll be like 50 out of 100. And that motivates each other to like, okay, now I got to catch up. I got to get to that point or get ahead.
I don't even feel pain anymore when I do it, bro.
That's good.
I just do it and I'm like, yeah, like in the moment it's like, yeah, it's a push up. Like I can't do 100 at once.
Yeah.
But I can get through it and like be pretty okay.
Yeah, if I really put my mind to it, like it's the initial push-ups that like hurt, and then once I take my rest, I'm like, I can go again.
The goal is to get like the low push-ups.
Yeah,
because I'm like, if being fully extended was 100%, I'm 75% down to the ground. I want to get like low. My chest is on the ground,
like, and then I'm
99
points.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah. Are you doing closed grip, or are you doing like wide arms, like wide arm or closed arms?
Nah,
for your
just
push-ups?
like regular push-ups.
Oh, see, I'm doing wide because I can't do the closed one.
Do the closed ones,
those
bro.
Still hurt. I'm gonna try. They hurt.
Those are real push-ups. when you start
I know those are real push-ups.
When you start doing wide grip, like you're just working like the outside of your chest.
That's what I mean. That's what I feel.
You gotta do the regular ones and then get the whole chest.
Yeah.
And then we start targeting after Camargo.
That's true. But yeah, so we're doing that, and then we're gonna try to introduce what? Crunches and squats?
Yeah.
That's gonna like, in reality, if you really think about it, 100 isn't that many. Over the course of 24 hours, it's not that many.
Yes, it is.
If you space it out well enough, it's not.
I mean, in our society, it is.
Oh, well.
For people that enjoy burgers, it is a lot.
That's true. That is very true.
You know?
But, I mean, motivate yourselves. Do it. 30 days.
Oh, yeah. Also, join us. You guys should join us.
Yeah. Like, if you want, like, let us know. Like, DM when you're, like, what set you're at and everything. Like,
I be feeling accomplished when I do it. I'm like, oh, snap.
That's true. Yeah.
I deserve something. I don't know.
I deserve a burger.
I deserve something. You know?
Yeah, that's very true. We brought this up again before we started recording, and we're like, we gotta save. We brought up a lot of stuff just now. Like, we got a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about today. The thing I brought up last week with the Aquafit ladies or the people.
Was that last week or was that a couple weeks ago?
That was last week.
Yeah. Your homies.
They're not my homies. Listen,
your squad. Your gaggle.
My gaggle of seagulls. I strongly dislike the fact that my mindset is getting to this, but I do not hate, but I am starting to strongly dislike old white people. A lot. Like a lot. Just in that instance of time,
Eliott,
when they're in the water.
That's racist, fam.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were this way.
You didn't know this?
I didn't know you were racist.
Oh, well.
What did the old white people do to you now, bro?
It's just, there's just so much. And like, see, the reason why I say white people is because it's only white people that are showing up to Aquafit. If it was any other people and they were acting that way, I would say that. But it's just old white people, particularly the women too.
Do you think all stereotypes are like racist?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Like, there are stereotypes for Latinos that are not, that to the outside could seem racist. I do not think they're racist.
I think there are just certain things that certain races just embrace.
Yeah.
It's like, it's part of the swag.
Yeah.
So when Eliott's like, I can't stand all white people, it's not like he hates white people. He loves white people.
No.
Ask him what his type is. It's white.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
There's just some things that cultures do,
It's just
that are exclusive.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Like, do you know what? If I had to put myself in their shoes, I had to think about why do they act the way that they do? And the only thing I can think of is you got nothing going on in your life. So you're thinking, oh, let me mess up somebody else's life so I can have something going on. I can stir the pot. I can do that.
So,
fluff you.
Okay, so are we categorizing white old lady as its own race?
As its own race?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say 95%
because it's not just all white people. White people are dope, but there's
they are.
but there's like old white ladies that have money.
Yeah.
It's the, it's the money.
Aquafit is 95% old white women with short hair, gray. I'm not trying to be rude out here. Okay, never mind.
Do these women look like they eat burgers with their hands?
No.
Yep,
they got a fork and knife.
Yo, I was watching a show yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was this rich white lady, and she was with her son, and they're at this burger joint because they haven't hung out in a while. And he says to her, "Don't eat it with a knife and fork with me. Just like get down in it." And she picked it up with her hands. And I looked at her and I was like, this doesn't look normal.
Oh, like how she picked it up?
No, just her whole essence. The burger didn't fit the aesthetic of who she was.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, wait a second, that's a race.
I guess.
That's his own race, Like you don't really be seeing like Indians eating spaghetti and meatballs, It just would look weird.
It's true.
So I think like rich white lady, old, is his own race because they don't eat burgers.
They're the ladies that are like, they go to this and then they go to like a coffee shop with like 7 other ladies and just sit in there for like 3 hours and talk. That's them. That's their group of people.
Dang, I hope we don't get canceled for this conversation right now.
I mean, it is what it is. If you want to make fun of Latinos, go for it. I'm not going to cancel you for it, but do it at your own risk. It was just, it was crazy, man. Like these ladies, I swear, like we have signage. And again, I'm not making the rules. The sign says when you are on deck, the class starts at 8:00. We let them in at around 7:55. Okay. The rule says keep your mask on until class starts. And so there are people taking their mask off, and I'm yelling at them, "Put your mask on." And they're like, "Why do I got to put my mask on?" I'm like,
"Because it's the rule.
The sign says so. It's the rule. I don't make the rules. If you don't like it, take it up with Dougie Ford. Not my job." And then they get all pretentious and everything. Like there was one lady that came up to me because she didn't like how the doors were locked It used to be we didn't open it until 3 minutes before the class. And then she's like, we started now opening it 5 minutes. And she came up to me in a very like pretentious, sarcastic voice. She's like, thank you guys so much for opening it 5 minutes instead of 3 minutes. Okay. It helps a lot of us. Thank you so much. And I'm like, I don't know why you're okay. Cool. Move on. Okay, good. Goodbye. I don't care about you. Go. It's bad too. It's really bad because for the majority of the people that come to the pool, I like them. They're nice people. Except that block of time between 8 and 10. It's just all of them. And don't get me wrong. There are a few people in that class
too.
Yeah, exactly. So they're all like either they're cranky from the jump or they're just trying to look for a fight. And I'm like, why? Why do you want to start your day with a cup of salt?
You know what you need to do? Wake up at 4:00. So that way when
just get even
so that way when 8:00 comes, you're like, you've been up. I've been
up. Yeah. Cause I'm there at 7:45. I gotta unlock everything, and then I'm letting them in. So the first thing I'm seeing is not my cup of coffee. It's 37 old white women coming through the door. And I was just like, all right, here we go. And they're all just doing it. And it's the funny thing too is that it's not even just us or just me specifically. It's like the Aquafit instructors too, because a lot of them have quit because the ladies are just like crabby or they hate the class and they spout off on them. Like it's a thing. It's really bad.
That could never happen to me, bro. Ain't no customer can make me quit. I'm gonna make you just not want to come back.
That's fair. But I mean, to all the lovely old white women that I have met, you know who you are. This is not about you. This is all about the other people that are in the pool who suck and don't know how to be and treat people like humans.
Eliott said,
"Love all of you."
Eliott said, "If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it."
Yeah. Yeah. You know who you are. God, I'm done venting.
That's funny.
But bro, we got to talk about it right now. Silk Sonic, baby.
Bruh.
People already know I'm a big Bruno fan from the jump. This album, go ahead, you spout off first because I've talked already.
I'm not as big a Bruno fan as Camargo is, but I like Bruno Mars, right?
Yeah.
When Bruno and Anderson when they decided to do their Silk Sonic thing, and they what was the first song?
Leave the Door Open.
Leave the Door Open. I was like, ooh, okay, like it's a vibe. It's a vibe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the album dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. This album is a masterpiece, bro.
This joint is
a masterpiece, bro. Like, you know why it's a masterpiece, in my opinion?
Yeah. The
musicality of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The popular music nowadays is not as musical as I think it should be to be considered the best.
Yep.
A lot of producers nowadays just electronic drums, whatever. Yeah. This joint, everything sounds real.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my thing. I don't like live music in like recordings.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like as like they record the live music and that's the track?
Yeah. So like part of why like I don't enjoy gospel music is because it sounds like it's recorded at the church.
Got it.
Right? So I like the sound of like a very like studio produced mix.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to get that with live music, right?
Yep.
These guys though. Like you can tell it's all live music.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like a movie. Like it sounds like a production, you know?
Yeah,
it sounds expensive.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Bro, the album's tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
With two
Fs. Big tough. Yeah, no, I listened to it. Like I was on this train from the jump, like from Leave the Door Open to Skate, then Smoking Out the Window. Every single track I was like, great, fantastic. The album hit, like I will admit for half a second, it caught me off guard. The amount of like more somber kind of bluesy music they had on it. But still, it was like,
what were you expecting?
I was expecting a lot more upbeat stuff.
It's 70s though, bro.
But exactly, that's what I mean. So I was like, well, I don't know why I had that expectation. And they kind of gave it already to us on the singles, which is kind of why they released that first to get that in. Because as soon as like that happens, then Fly As Me, it kind of goes more into a somber tone, which I'm like, that's awesome. I love them. They're ballads. They're great. And I was also looking at the reason why I think Bruno has figured it out as an artist is that if you look at like his early stuff, he did a lot more poppy stuff like Billionaire and like Just the Way You Are. So like poppy stuff that will make it on the radio. With like his album like 24 Karat and this album, he's essentially like going like back in time, picking out those like sounds, like you said, like 70s and 80s kind of style music and making it mainstream. That's why people love it so much.
It doesn't sound old.
Yeah, well, and that's what I mean. He makes it contemporary enough that like people will be able to be like, oh, it's not old, so I'm not into it. But it's the same stuff, just it sounds new.
Yeah, I can't. The thing is though, you can't give all the credit to Bruno. Anderson .Paak is a beast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, I say that only because Bruno is one of my favorites. So again,
I've always liked Anderson .Paak. When Dr. Dre released his Compton album and he had Anderson all over that joint. That's when I discovered him, and I was like, "Yo, this guy is crazy." So when they got together, like Bruno and Anderson, and then they did this, and I'm hearing two musicians make music. I'm not hearing two artists. I'm hearing two musicians.
Yep,
that's what I'm hearing. And
I agree. I mean, first time I heard Anderson was actually a friend at university who introduced me. It was Anderson and Free Nationals. Everything was just. Oh, it was so great. And then you showed me one of his tracks.
Bubbling.
And so like he does like, it's crazy because Anderson does like kind of what Bruno does. He does a mix of everything. He does like rap, but then he also does like a lot of big band kind of stuff.
They're true musicians. Like they play instruments themselves. And like you can hear it in their music. It's not just, oh, I'm rapping to a trap beat. Like I'm going to be rapping, but you're going to hear like music and production and arrangement and composition and all that stuff in it. It's dope. I love it.
One of my favorite parts of the entire album are the drums, and Anderson plays those drums. It's absolutely insane the way like
Bruno plays too.
I know. They all play.
Like the whole term "great minds think alike."
Yeah.
Or two brains are better than one, or that like all those terms. You got two top-notch musicians.
Yeah.
And you put them in a studio together who both kind of have the same influences growing up.
Yeah.
You're gonna have this album. It's so good.
Absolutely.
It's so good,
dude. Like it's do you think it's beating out right now any albums? Like I know for you're sure the album of your year right now is Trevor Jackson Love Language.
Oh, this is better than Trevor. Listen. I like Trevor better. I would, if I had to pick one of the two albums, I would pick Trevor's because I just prefer to hear Trevor.
Yeah.
But unbiasedly, this knocks Trevor's out of the water.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because of the skill level that went into this album.
Yeah. Right now, I agree. Trevor for me was definitely like the album that I was watching because nothing really in terms of other artists that came out. Actually, the Summer Walker album was actually really fire that you showed me.
Summer's album was tough too.
Woo!
You know what's crazy about Summer's album though? She spent a whole album trashing London on the Track, her ex-boyfriend. But when you look at the credits, he produced like half of the album, so she's still paying him.
So
who really won? I don't like
no one. I guess they both won and they both lost. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I think he won. I don't know. But
I mean, if he's making money off it,
you're paying me still. You're paying me to trash me. Okay, like
go ahead, pay me my bills.
You can trash me if I say so. Like that's crazy.
But yeah, that Silk Sonic and even with Silk Sonic is honestly like top tier, my favorite album of the year thus far.
I think I think that saying it's album of the year after a week is a little soon.
Okay.
I'm trying to approach music like CDs.
Okay, explain.
Remember we had that conversation about how artists are not like being able to have access to all the music right away takes away the value of it.
Yep.
I'm trying to sit with some albums for a little bit before I actually say if it's album of the year or not.
Yeah, you name it things.
Right?
You call it, track of the year or
Right?
whatever. Yeah.
So off first listen, this album competes with a lot of albums that came out. Like Eric Bellinger's album came out. That was tough. That to me competes. Trevor's album competes. Summer's competes.
Yeah.
But to just say after a week, I don't know. I got to sit with it a little bit. But it's looking nice, though. The album's kind of... the album, I can't even front with you, Eliott. The album's tough, bro.
That's one of the That's a no-skip album right there. There are very few of those.
It's very good. It's so good.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely love it.
And also, because it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It's not your typical, like, you just don't hear music like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything, like, again, everything is so electronically produced and digital that this feels like real. Mm-hmm. It's real music and you feel it. And then they have like the guy narrating at the beginning. And it's almost like he's like taking you on like the Wizard of Oz. Like it's dope, bro. It's so dope. It's a whole journey. Collins,
Blaster of the Universe, baby.
Like legit, like it's called what? An evening with Silk Sonic?
Evening with Silk Sonic, yeah.
That's how it feels.
It's a journey.
Like it feels like when you start it feels like starting a movie. Like nobody just watches a movie and then cuts it halfway through. You finish your movie, right? Yeah. It feels like, okay, I'm gonna spend an evening with Silk Sonic. Yeah. Turn first track on, and you gotta go through all of them. And then at the end of it, he's like, okay, we're done. And it's like, yo, run it back.
Yeah.
It so
felt
good.
Like, to me, it felt like if I was listening, I was walking like New York City at like 11 in the evening, and we finished at like 5 in the morning. That's so what it felt to me.
It's so good. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
And I like the fact that neither one of them outshined the other one.
Shine the other. I agree. Everybody had their own track.
Not even just that. Like they even on like certain tracks, they equally shine.
Okay.
Like, like Bruno obviously is a better singer than Anderson. Mm-hmm. But he didn't do that though.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense. Okay, I'll give you, here's what I mean. Beyonce and Lion King. Mm-hmm. Beyonce completely took over. Yeah. Which kind of takes away from the song itself. Right? Mm-hmm. And Bruno didn't do that. Mm-hmm. Which makes this song that much better. Because I'm sure Bruno could have vocally like just took over it and made it his, right? But he shared it and allowed for the song to shine as opposed to Bruno to shine, which I appreciate because that shows like you care about
you don't care about
more about the music than actually like you know? So
that
was
showmanship
dope.
Of it. Yeah.
It was dope.
I agree 100%.
Fantastic. Go listen to it.
Go listen to it. Like that is, I told you, I posted about it. I'm like, that album's is going to be on repeat all weekend. It's still on repeat.
Yeah, I'm still listening to it.
Yeah, it's so fire.
It's good.
It's so fire. Yeah. But I also realized I'm pretty sure American Thanksgiving for them is this weekend, right?
I don't know. I'm not American.
Well, the only reason I bring it up, no, it's next weekend. Or it's next Thursday. But anyways, the reason why is because Black Friday is coming up and everybody's already reporting about it. And Black Friday is not really, it's on the 26th. It's next. So But the thing is that it's not really a Canadian thing. It's more of an American thing.
It's not?
To this day.
I thought we celebrate Black Friday.
We do, but not like the Americans do.
We don't do anything like the Americans do.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, you don't see in Canada people trampling over people to get a TV at Walmart. You don't see that in Canada. You see that in the US all over. So
that's what I mean. Like,
people are already,
like we do stuff, but we're also like
civilized about it.
a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I'm going to ask you this too, but I had to ask myself, why is Black Friday, like going in store, still a thing? Like why? Like because we've moved on, because the same things you can find in store is like you can find online, the same stuff. And because we've moved more and more to that, is it still the idea of holding something physical is the idea behind it, or are people just I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get it.
I'll answer your question with a question.
Okay.
Why do you still get physical copies of video games?
Okay, that's fair because I like having the physical copies of it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I own it.
And
That's fair.
And I think to say that stores are just not a thing anymore is a little bit of a stretch because not everybody's as tech savvy. You know?
Okay.
So
yeah, that's fair.
like imagine like a grandparent.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know how to order a TV online.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know how to order things properly online and they can get scammed easily. So going to the store to just see it, pick it up, make the transaction, boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
Still a thing.
That's fair. Have you ever actually gone out on a Black Friday?
No.
I haven't either.
I'm not a shopper.
Really? Okay.
Like I was
Why?
never that kid that would like go to the mall just to like walk around and like I'm not a shopper.
I was always that kid up until probably like 3 or 4 years ago. Because I was like, I want to go in and I want to see all this stuff. But then I end up buying maybe one thing. And really, it was just kind of a headache more than anything.
I want this product. I'm going to get this product and I'm going home. That's it. I came for this. I'm leaving with this. When it's time to shop, I know what I'm shopping for. I'm not, unless it's like, oh, I'm going to a wedding and I don't have an outfit. Then I bring Priya and I'm like, okay, you come help me because
we gotta go searching for this.
Because if it's up to me, I'm getting the first thing I see, and she'll be like, why? Like you have to go like look at your options, and I'm like, but I have one right here.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, the other thing too, I also found is that a Black Friday movie came out.
What?
This year? A Black Friday movie. So it's like a horror comedy. Like a thriller. Like, so from what I understand.
About Black Friday?
Like, yeah. So
is it like the Scream parody things?
Not really. It's like a group of toy store employees must protect each other from a horde of parasite-infected shoppers.
I would watch that. That sounds funny.
The cast I can't even front is kind of good. Like they got Bruce Campbell who did like Dawn of the Dead or Shaun of the Dead or whatever. I don't remember. He's in it. There's some other people.
Yo, we should watch that. I know
their face. Honestly,
that sounds funny.
I would. Yeah. So like that's why I brought it up because Black Friday weirdly this year is kind of like back in the limelight, but not really. So I was just curious to see if like this is gonna be a thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never paid attention to Black Friday. So
yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, because it's not really a Canadian thing.
Right.
Canadian thing for us is like Boxing Day, the day after Christmas.
And also, I think for me, because I'm not a shopper, when I want something, I just get it when I want it.
Yeah. So
the whole idea of like, oh, I'll wait till it's on sale to get it. I don't care.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never been the guy that's like, I'm going to wait till it's on sale to get it. I want it now.
Oh,
I'm going to save up the money to get it and then just get it.
Really? I'm not like that. No, I will wait.
Now, if it's something I've always wanted for a while and then I just see a sale, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to jump on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, that's
like I have a plugin that I use for my mixes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a $300 plugin.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time was coming around and it was on sale for like a good amount. And I was like, Priya, my birthday's coming up. Don't forget about this sale right here because I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it regardless, but we might as well get it while it's cheap.
It's true.
But yeah, that's me.
Yeah. I agree. I'm like the same way. Like, for example, the pre-Sonus Aris E 3.5s that you recommended to me. They kind of stayed at the same price.
For those of you that don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Anyways, because I didn't have any and my laptop speakers were not good. I needed something better. So, but like I kept checking to see if they changed and they kind of stayed, they usually stay the same price throughout. So I was like, I'm just going to pick them up. And they're at a good price. So I was like, okay. But yeah, I agree. In some instances, when I know it's not going to change, I'll just pick it up.
Yeah, I'm not a sale. I don't watch for stuff like that. Maybe if I did, I would know.
That's fair.
You know.
But yeah. Did you see Drake and Kanye squash their beef?
Did you watch the interview
with Kanye?
Yeah.
I still haven't.
Well,
I need to watch it.
Then you wouldn't know it wasn't beef to begin with, bro.
Oh, okay. So, okay, enlighten me. Explain this because this is all I'm reading right now because I saw it yesterday that Drake or Kanye was at Drake's house. I'm not sure it wasn't for his birthday or anything, but Chappelle was there and they were doing it, everything. And yeah, like everybody was reporting they squashed the beef. So I'm unaware of this. What happened?
Like that kind of stuff that you see is like, it's all for the fans, the consumers.
Yeah.
It's not real. Like these guys are working together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you know about the Larry Hoover situation that they're working on and like the prison reform stuff. They're working, like they work together. Like they're peers.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Right? So at the end of the day, it's like, it's not real beef. Kanye said, he goes, we're both rich. There's way too many people that count on us to get paid for there to be real beef.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the only issue Kanye said that he really, really had was when Drake said something about like, I didn't even hear what this was, but I guess he said something to the effect of like, I'll kill you kind of thing. But that's rap, like in like rap.
Yeah.
And Kanye's like, well, now my kids got to hear that. Right? So it's like, to the public, we're like, oh my gosh, you're beefing. But that's not real beef, bro. You'll never hear nothing. Like, these are billion-dollar brands. That's not real beef.
Well, I think, and again, to go without saying, for the majority of people that are reading this, they don't really know the ins and outs of how that works. So to the outside looking in, of course it's going to look like beef.
Yeah.
So
these are rich,
but
like beef. Like, what kind of beef is it when you take a shot by putting something on the side of a plane? Like, that's a different level of beef. That's like, that's money flexing now.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're rich like that. You don't actually like beef. You just flex your money on each other. Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon did the same thing. Like, like we're not even in the realm to even understand what that's like. So it's like,
jeez,
I don't even know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad whatever it was, I'm glad it wasn't an actual thing.
No.
Because yeah, they're cool with both of them.
Nah, these guys are Drake is smarter than that.
Yeah. Drake is a good businessman like that. And I mean, they got free publicity off of it too.
I mean, they get publicity regardless. So I guess.
I mean, yeah,
I guess so.
I know. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I watched this week? Shang Chi.
Oh, you watched it
Shang-Chi.
Finally. Yeah. Did you
have
like
thoughts
it?
on it.
All right.
I didn't think it was that dope.
Okay.
But the fight choreography was top notch. The CGI was top notch. I wasn't a fan of the acting. It was kind of like it. I don't want to say it sucked, but like whatever is like right above suck is what it was to me.
The thing is too, and it's interesting that you bring this up because a lot of people kind of felt the same way too.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, a lot of people felt the same way about Shang-Chi. Because it's a new IP, so it's not something that people are more aware of, like Captain America or Iron Man.
Yeah,
but it is true. It was not as a well. It was accepted. Like people went to go watch it because I honestly think the reason why people went to go watch it
it's Marvel.
It's Marvel. And also, we were in a pandemic. Nobody was watching movies in theaters. And this is one of the first movies that came out. People are going to flood. That's what I'm thinking. And so a lot of people were bringing this up. And I had to think about this too. Do you think that because this is this is a first for Marvel being that this is an all Asian cast. So this is great for like diversity and like bringing us like new culture into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is great. Do you think that as blinds people sometimes to the effect of it being a subpar movie? Because I thought about it this way as well. Black Panther. Black Panther, when it came out, everybody was freaking out because like, again, it's an all black cast, amazing characters, whatever. Honestly, rewatching it for me, it's not one of my favorite movies. It's honestly a mid-tier movie to me in comparison to all the other films that are out there. So that's what I had to think about too. Is is it because of a casting thing or like because it's a first of its kind in the universe that we have blinders on but objectively looking at, it's not really a good movie?
I don't know. I didn't think Black Panther was bad though.
No, I don't think it's bad. I just don't think
like,
it is as great as people say it is.
I don't know how great people say it is though. I rarely hear people talking about how great the movie was. I just hear them talking about what you were saying, like what it meant and all that stuff.
Okay.
As a movie, I think it was fine. I don't think it wasn't my favorite Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think what's it called? Winter Soldier was better.
Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie to this day.
Winter Soldier is good. I think all the Captain America movies are pretty dope.
Yep.
But I like Black Panther. It wasn't bad to me.
Yeah.
It was better than Shang-Chi, in my opinion.
I will give you that. I agree with that.
Right? So it being a mid and meaning something, I'm okay with. I don't know the impact that this had on the Asian community.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't thinking about it going into it.
Yeah.
But just watching it objectively, the acting wasn't good.
That's fair.
The jokes felt forced. The main character felt like he didn't come off as a good actor to me.
He felt very dry.
Yeah. He felt like he was reading his lines. And not playing the character.
Mm-hmm.
And then his best friend in the thing.
Awkwafina.
She felt like she was trying too hard to be the comedic relief, but she wasn't that funny.
Which is funny because in other movies, like for example, Crazy Rich Asians, she is very funny in that movie. So that's what. Yeah, it's weird. It might have been just the environment of a superhero movie that she maybe just couldn't fit in.
Maybe the dynamic of the two of them didn't mesh. I don't know what it was, but it felt like they were supposed to be best friends, but they didn't feel like they were actually best friends.
Yeah, well, and even weirder too, they became love interests near the end of the film.
Yeah, and it felt weird. Like they didn't.
It felt very weird.
It felt forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah,
but the choreography.
Oh yeah,
was top notch. One of the best Marvel choreographies for fight scenes I've seen.
Yeah,
Priya was saying she thought it was like Jackie Chan meets Marvel.
Yeah,
right?
That's actually a really good way to put it.
Yeah, it was dope. Like the way using even like that the bus scene.
Yeah,
right. That first fight,
yeah.
just where he was like jumping through stuff and like being like very like it was very Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
but because there were cuts and Jackie Chan's like a one take kind of guy. That's where the Marvel part came in, and it was very produced, but it was dope.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like watching it was. I think it was a little longer than I wanted it to be. If they cut it down, I think a little bit, I think I would have enjoyed the movie a lot more. It was very long.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. And so, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure they're going to make, if you watch the mid and post-credit scenes, they're 100% making more of these films.
Yeah.
So we'll see if anything changes in terms of...
I'm not mad at the movie. Like, I'm not...
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was trash. Like it wasn't like... What's that Thor movie?
Oh, Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, how you know? How'd you know?
I know. That's a bad movie. That is a bad movie. Okay?
But
that is a bad movie.
It just wasn't, it didn't stand out to me.
Yeah. That's like the new Eternals movie that's in theaters right now. I went to go watch it, and people are it's one of the lowest rated Marvel movies to this date. I think it's sitting at like a 66%.
Honestly though, did we expect Marvel to go up from Endgame or down?
It's going to be tough to do it, but I think that it's going to take some time for people to accept it's a new generation of Marvel.
That's why I'm saying that. Is it really the movies are not good, or people are just not into accepting new characters?
Yeah, it might be that. Well, the thing is that Eternals, this is why, because I thought it was good. I thought it was fine. The reason why is because people were expecting a superhero movie. The Eternals are not superheroes. They're like celestial beings.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying. So people with the mindset of being like, yeah, they're not superheroes. So when they went in and didn't see a superhero movie, that's probably why they hated it. I watched it and I'm like, no. Yeah, it's like if I had to take more of like the Greek mythology and I put it in a superhero movie or in the universe of superheroes, that is what this movie is. And I think a lot of people got tricked in that, and that's why they don't like it. And I'm like, no, I thought it was great. But
What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you think is the best Marvel production in this Marvel universe?
What do you mean production? Like just like a movie being produced, or like what?
Not just a movie or a TV show. I'm gonna put that the Wanda show.
Oh, okay.
Up there.
WandaVision is really good.
Yo, I judged it early because I was like, it looks like old people stuff. Like, why is it black and white?
Yeah.
But then me and Pri, we actually like watched through it, and then I understood why it was black and white, and I watched how they did it, and just on a creative note, that one gets like up there.
Yeah.
Actually, I find all of the shows they did were really, really good.
Loki was really good. I loved Loki. Wasn't a really big fan of the new Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That's because you're racist.
My biggest one.
You don't want to see black people win, Eliott.
That's it. That's exactly it. No, I just felt it was very like in comparison to like WandaVision and Loki, it felt like it was like a thriller. It felt like mysterious.
But
this one was more
like
just
that.
like action.
I like how because Falcon and Winter Soldier are a lot more grounded. There's not really like superpowers, right? But here's a question: did you feel like it was forced?
No, I don't. And this is why I think Falcon and Winter Soldier handle the topic of race probably in one of the best ways I've seen in any superhero
I agree.
TV
I've talked
show.
to people that were like, yo, I hate when they put that stuff in movies.
Yes.
And in my head, I'm like, I agree too. Like if I'm watching Spider-Man, I don't really want to hear about real world movements, you know?
Yep.
But this one fit. And it was
Yes.
it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like they were just adding it for the sake of doing it because that's what the world does now.
Yep.
So I thought all the shows were great. I thought they were dope.
Yeah, that's fair. What was I going to say? I think one of the like this isn't part of the new Disney ones, but one of my favorite like Marvel properties still to this date is the Netflix Daredevil series.
Okay, I didn't like those.
Oh, really?
Except Punisher. Punisher was dope.
I wasn't a fan of Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, or Iron Fist. Wasn't a fan of them.
Luke Cage?
Daredevil. Or Luke Cage, that's what I mean. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. Wasn't a fan of those. Daredevil seasons 1 through 3 are, in my opinion, like they're like Dark Knight-esque masterpieces of superhero. Like it's like because the Dark Knight was grounded in the sense that if Batman was really real, like he lived in our society. This is like what Daredevil was. Daredevil didn't really like. It felt real. It felt like it was like, oh wow, somebody was actually being a vigilante in Hell's Kitchen of New York. That's what I really love. So
that's why you don't like
that.
That's why you don't like Arrow and Flash.
Yeah. I love the grounded stuff.
You watch big budget Marvel TV shows, and then when it's low budget DC TV shows, you're like, I can't. It's cheesy. Shut up, Eliott.
Yeah, I don't like Arrow. He likes Arrow, so
I like Arrow.
I don't know.
I know
you like Arrow.
I'm not picky when it comes to like, it's a superhero show.
Yeah.
Right. If Arrow was a cartoon, I don't think you would care.
I will say CW produces Superman and Lois. I started watching that. That is a really good show.
I think what Marvel does in their movie universe is what DC does with the TV universe.
Yeah.
So like Arrow is like the Iron Man, and he started the spin-off shows. And then after season 8 of Arrow, they gave him his send-off and like they gave him his flowers because you wouldn't have all these shows without him. Kind of like how when Iron Man died, same thing.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the shows. I think they're dope. They're like action soap operas.
That's actually a really good way to put it.
That's how I like.
That's
you know, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like when my grandma used to watch Young and the Restless. Right? Because like there's like some dramatic scenes that are just like so dramatic with the music, and I'm like, this is funny, but I like it though. I'm into it. And then you throw in the fighting and like all that stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can get with this.
That's fair.
Priya likes it too, so like I don't care what you think.
I that's fine. You won't catch me watching it.
Shut up, Eliott. I'm sick of you.
But yeah, I agree. Shang-Chi was like it's an entertaining movie, but definitely not up there in anything that's really special.
Yeah. It wasn't that dope.
I'll give you that. But, yeah.
Bro, you know what? Do you see what I sent you today? About the metaverse?
Today? Yeah. That was yesterday.
Okay, let's talk about the metaverse for a second.
Okay, because as much as like I keep up with stuff, I didn't really know what the metaverse was, and then you kind of explained it, sort of.
I didn't know what it was either. I had to Google what it was.
Okay, so you probably then know a lot more than me, which is very little. But go ahead.
That's why I want to talk about it, because I'm like, what is the metaverse?
Okay,
but I did some research. Okay, you know Ready Player One?
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
Where they put their headsets on and essentially they're in a completely different universe.
From what I know, they're working on exactly that. A virtual reality. And hopefully get it to the point where you can start buying and selling in this virtual reality. And working.
Jeez.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
I know.
Okay, so for context though, I sent Eliott this meme I saw of not augmented, haptic feedback gloves.
Yes.
To go with the meta universe. Right? And it shoots out little air particles or whatever to represent the feeling of touch. So when you're in this virtual universe and you have these gloves on, you can pick up stuff and feel like you're holding it for real.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, it's cool when it's in a movie,
but when it becomes a real thing,
when it's a real thing, it's like, oh my gosh, like what?
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, I don't know about it, bro.
It's the equivalent to me. This is the equivalent to like people creating robots.
Or when robots go wrong.
That's what I mean.
Like,
over. have you ever seen the YouTube videos from Boston Dynamics?
No.
Bro, oh my gosh. Like this is like, if this is not nightmare fuel, I don't know what is. So this is a company in Boston that essentially they create robots. But this robot, like it's like, think of a dog on like all four hind legs, but it's a robot. And this thing, like I'll send you a quick little video of it, but this thing is scary stuff. Like if you don't think this is scary, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like
I think it's scary, bro.
I think it's very scary. Like this thing can jump. Because we can't really show you the visuals right now, but go on Boston Dynamics, just search that on YouTube. Pick any video where you see the yellow thing that looks like a dog. Just watch it move. We've gotten this far to let it do this stuff.
I think I've seen something like this before.
Bro, this stuff is scary to me. This is nightmare fuel. This is like,
I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
Right?
Why? Man. Don't get me started.
Why are we not happy with us being like superior? Why do we want to create things?
I was gonna say, why do we want to play God? That was never a game we grew up playing.
No.
Never. We played hide and seek. We played tag. We played sports, video games. But these people out here want to play God.
Right?
Why? I don't get it. And we've seen so many movies, bro.
Yeah.
That says what happens when the tech gets too smart. But we want to make the tech too smart.
That's what I mean.
Because we're too stupid. Bro. Yeah.
And you think like, oh no. This time it'll be fine. We're gonna create them, but we're gonna control the robots. That's the basis of every robot taking over the universe movie ever. You think you think you are the what's it called? the exception. You think you're the exception to this. We're not going to be.
No.
And unlike movies, we only get one try. And then it's over.
Ain't no respawn in real life.
There's no respawn. Once they've taken over, it's done.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that freaks me out.
I think about like society nowadays, Western society, and how we're just so into our tech. We're so like, you go to the mall and count how many people are walking but not looking where they're going and just on their phone.
Oh yeah.
Right? We're so into the technology that this metaverse thing, even though it sounds scary, is just the next step.
Yeah.
When you think about it, because that's all we do. Especially the kids coming up now. I look at my sisters, man, they just in their phones. Just in their phones, right? And I think about it and I'm like, if virtual reality is a thing, and if it's affordable, oh boy, it's a scary, scary thing. I hope it's expensive and only rich people can afford it.
It's very interesting I equate what you're saying to like when like the first cell phones came out or like the first computers came out. Only the rich could afford that. And then 10, 15 years down the line, everybody has one.
That's how tech goes, though. Like, you remember when 4K TVs were for rich people?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
everybody's got one.
Now it's the standard.
Yeah. You got 4K phones now.
They got like they got 8K TVs now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's the thing. Technology never stops innovating, and well, actually, do you know what?
I feel like it should.
It should, but I will say this: humans never stop innovating because we always want to get to the next thing, which is a scary thought. But I mean, there's like it's impossible for people to stop.
You know
what? There's no way.
You know what? We're not humans. We don't respect God enough.
It's true.
You need to just stop it. Stop it. Enough. Cap. Stop. Don't do nothing else.
Just put a lid on it. Enough. That robot scares me. Like, this is where my mind goes to. Is being like, imagine that robot, that dog on their hind legs, and it's just got like a big old turret on it. Like a big old gun.
I don't even think about a turret. Imagine it just came and started swinging at you like a fist fight. You ain't gonna win. You're not gonna win.
No, bro, that's one out. One and done.
I played Cyberpunk. Robots don't feel nothing. They might be programmed to make you think they're feeling something. They don't feel nothing.
Bruh, no, they're like, oh,
but if they hit you, that's steel. That's metal.
Yeah,
bro.
You're not winning that. You hit them, you're breaking your hand. They hit you, your face is gone. It's over.
All you need is one robot to just say, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this.
It's that one kid in school that just stands up to the bully.
What's that game? Detroit Become Human.
Oh, Become Human.
Yo, I played that game because it comes free with the PS5 stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm sick of these humans.
Just start bopping.
Right? Yo, okay, so listen. I'm gonna give you guys a play-by-play of this game in case, for those of you who are not gamers who don't know what this game is.
This could be a movie.
Detroit, it's fantastic. Detroit Becoming Human is a video game, but it's a story video game. Okay? And the premise is that in this world, there are androids created to help people. Right? So you could hire a nanny, but it's actually an android. You can hire a butler, it's actually an android. You could hire a sex worker, it's an android. Like that, like that's what they're there for, right?
Yeah.
But these things are created so intricately, and so the AI is so smart that they can speak to you like they're humans, and they can respond to you with like programmed emotion. Right? So the premise is that they're so smart that they actually start to feel, and like their emotions start to become real, right? So now as you're playing, because you're playing as 3 different androids, and one of the androids is a cop to catch deviants, which are androids that have decided to have feelings and go live their life. right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. But you're playing as these androids, and the one you're playing as, you're a butler, right? And the guy you're working for is this rich old white guy, loves to paint, and you're with him, you're cleaning up whatever, and his son comes through. His son's a druggie, asking him for some money. The dad's like, nah, not giving you no more money. So the son gets mad and starts yelling at him. He's like, what? You don't love me, your son, but you love this android like it's your son, but it's a robot, it's a piece of plastic, whatever. And he starts like pushing the android. And you're playing as the android, right? But they're so intricate that they feel and they respond to things, right?
Yeah.
So now you have an option. Do you clap back? or
you just take it.
Do you take it and be like a good android? Bro. But the thing is, it's a video game, so you got an actual human playing as the android.
Yeah.
And this guy's pissing me off. So I'm gonna clap back. Yeah. So the thing pushes me, and I was like, nah, forget that. Pushed him back, but my push was a lot stronger because I'm a robot. I'm a robot, right? Yo, I shoved this guy across the room. His head hit the corner of something, and he died. He died. So now, cops come, and this is what, because now I'm a deviant. Now I broke my protocol, and I'm going rogue. So they take deviants and they throw them out into like this landfill of just broken androids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the scene switches. I'm in the landfill with all the broken robots, and I climb my way out. I start finding other robots and taking pieces of them to put back into myself to rebuild myself.
Jeez.
And I start a revolution, bro. Right? So now the option is you can start a peaceful revolution because you're just fighting for equal rights. Androids have equal rights, right? And they make it so well to make you feel like they do.
Like you feel sorry for them.
You feel it. You're like, yo, don't treat the android like that. But it's a robot, bro.
It's a robot.
Like they even put like this blue Kool-Aid inside the robot, so like when you hit them and they get cut, it looks like blue blood. But it's really just Kool-Aid. Like I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Right? So now you have a choice, right? So you end up breaking into this place, and as you're breaking in, security's trying to stop you. You can be peaceful about it. You can be like, you could avoid conflict, and then say your speech to the world, like, we're just here for this, because public opinion matters in the game. How public opinion views you is going to affect how successful you are with your revolution.
Interesting.
But you can take the opposite route and be like, you know what? Forget you guys. This is my revolution. I'm stronger than you. I hate humans.
Oh no!
And they were pissing me off in the game, right? I like to immerse myself into whatever character I'm playing. So I was like, you know what? They think they're tough. They're not. So I had a very violent revolution.
Oh my!
Right? But it just made me think. I'm like, yo, if they keep making these robots to be smart, and one of these days they're like, you know what? Forget humans. You set us up for failure, bro. Because humans be pissing people off all the time.
The funny thing is that this, like, when we get to this point, it's the equivalent to slavery. Like, we are putting these robots to fit our needs and what they do, and they can't do anything else. So what you said, the moment they gain emotion and they gain sentient, they're like, nah, I don't do this. So you're going to tell them no?
It's not sentient, though.
But that's exactly it.
Yo, Camargo just compared robot slavery to slavery, fam. Eliott said Holocaust. No.
Robots? Yup.
Bro. No. I watched a video on this too. I was watching robotics.
No, I'm not saying that they have sentient. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's the equivalent if they gain if they get that feeling, to them, that's what they're going to equate it to.
But you know what it is, though? I was watching this video, and it's like one of them like robotics expert breaks down robotics scenes. You ever see those videos
Okay.
on YouTube? Doctor breaks down medical scenes in whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking about robots and he's saying, could this ever happen? And he was saying what would happen is you program this robot to complete a job, a task, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in these movies, what happens is the task that is programmed to do, because it's not sentient, but the task that is programmed to do is, let's say it's to save people. Or no, it's to save, to make the world a better place.
Sure.
Right? And in doing that task, humans are hindering it from doing the task.
Ah, okay. So you have to eliminate them.
So because it's not sentient, it's just gonna complete the task. And if humans are in the way, that's what's gonna,
Got it.
So
yeah, that's such a broad statement to make the world a better place,
right?
Oh.
But it depends on who programs it and what that means.
Well, exactly. That's a subjective understanding of what they think.
So if that means we're gonna create tech to save lives, right? But humans are hindering the development of that tech that the robot was programmed to do. It's gonna take out the humans.
Yeah,
bruh.
That's crazy.
Bruh.
Stop making robots, guys. Please stop.
Yeah, I don't do it.
I don't want. I also hope that Jesus will be back before then, and I don't have to worry about these robots. But I don't know. We're moving pretty quick. We're moving pretty quick here.
This the metaverse.
Yeah. Would you go into the metaverse?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would want to because I like Ready Player One. That's a cool movie.
Yep.
But that also goes to say, if I had webs out of my hands, would I swing from buildings? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would want to. I don't know if I would do it because I don't know. Eliott, I don't know.
If it was just as convenient as, like, you remember when this used to be an old thing. It's not a thing anymore, which is weird to me, where you went into like an EB Games and they had like an Xbox set up, a PlayStation set up, and you could try out like demos of games. Yeah. If it was that convenient to the metaverse, would you try it? I think I
probably would.
I think I would.
Because we did VR that one time.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like I could just live in that world.
Yeah.
But they're making it to a point where, like,
that's what I mean. If they're
like
basing
Club
it
Penguin,
off of what...
fam, like... Yeah. You remember Club Penguin, G? Yeah. Imagine throwing on a headset and you're just in this world with all these penguins. But it's Eliott. I'm dead. Yo. It'd be cool. I can't front. It'd be cool. But I feel like it's just the recipe for
disaster. Yeah. Absolutely.
So.
But I mean, hey, if you want to hit the metaverse, we'll see if I will be very impressed if by our lifetime that has been created.
I don't know.
I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime.
We've seen a lot of tech in the past.
Actually, to be fair,
I can't. 50 years of life.
Yeah, I will make absolute statements like that. But yeah, I will be very surprised if I see it in my lifetime. I will be very surprised. But yeah, anyways, we're going to wrap this episode up with
Question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Would you rather have your first child at the age of 16 or at the age of 50?
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Yo.
That's a good one, right?
That's a really good. Wow. Okay. Let me process.
Yo, I came with a nice one this week, yo.
Wow. Let me process this first because I got to think logistically first. Okay. Oh my gosh. I got to think.
I think I know my answer, but I want to hear yours first.
I know.
16 or 50?
I don't know. If I had to lean towards one and I don't have a justifiable answer, I'm just off the top of my head, I think I would choose 16.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
All right. I think the reason why is just because at a younger age, I think I'll just be able to. This might be completely wrong, but I just feel like as that age, I'll be able to experience more. Also, I'll be around to see my kid a lot more.
Yeah.
I think at the age of 50, I feel like I'll just be like I'll have a limited time with like seeing them grow up. 16, it'll be difficult.
Yeah.
But I think once I get over that hump, I think that quote unquote more smooth sailing of actually spending time
imagine
with my
that
kid.
was your only. Imagine someone said to you, the only way for you to have a kid is to either have them at 16 or 50.
Bro, I can't remember what I was thinking about it when I was 16. It definitely was not having a kid.
When I was 16, what was I thinking about? I was at work. I probably thought somebody was cute. It was like my first job. I was probably working at Wendy's.
Bro, what a question. That was a good one.
Yeah, I think I would say 16.
Yeah.
Because simply it puts a halt on your life, kinda. Not kinda, it does. Because now you're a parent. But life doesn't stop though.
Yeah.
Right? So eventually you will get to a place where things are better and it's easier.
Yep.
But from 16, you'll still have a great relationship with not saying you can at 50, but you'll be able to relate a little bit more. You'll be able to see more of their life, God willing. If you have them at 50, sure, you're bringing them into like a good situation. If that's
but your time is
like I'm going off of like saying like at 50 you're in a good situation, right?
Yeah.
But
and you're able to have kids at 50.
And I'm putting that in there too. Obviously, we understand how people's bodies work past a certain age.
Same thing with 16. We're talking like legally and consensual and everything like that.
Oh yeah, forget that part. I'm just talking about
that's what I meant. Yeah.
How was Mary when
Yeah, that's true. Right? That's true.
But I just think 50 you would miss out
on
a lot. And relatability would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked 16.
Like, by the time they're 20, you're a senior citizen.
Jeez.
Like, that's wild.
Like what do you do when you're 50 and your kid comes home and they're like, this person beat me up? You can't go fight nobody at 50 years old.
No. You're getting arrested if that happens.
You gotta just put a hit out if you if you got money or something. But like, you can't fight at 50. You can't defend your kid physically at least.
For real. I know. That's just that's
dating. Wow. Like at 16.
Yeah.
When your kid starts dating,
you can relate a lot more.
But I'm just saying, like you can intimidate a boy easier when you're younger than a 50-year-old. Or by the time they're dating, you'll be like almost 60, or no, you'll be past 60.
That's what I mean. By the time they're 20, you're 70.
You can't intimidate the boys. Yeah. I picked 16.
16. I'd pick 16. Yeah. But yeah, that's question of the week.
That's
you were to have a child, would you have it at 16 or 50? Let us know in the comments and let us know why. Like what would be your reasoning as to why you would want to have it at that age?
I want to see if there's like a difference between the girls' answers and the guys' answers.
That is also a good point as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be different for females than males.
Maybe.
But yeah, let us know. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. If you guys have comments, topics on things that we should talk about, let us know. You can DM us at Conflict and Interest on Instagram. You can also email us at conflictandinterest@gmail.com. Follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts as well. Leave a written rating on Apple Podcasts. It really does help boosting promotion and advertising for the show. As well, we are on YouTube. Full visuals are up there. And as well, we'll have the links to everything in there. As well, this weekend, actually, by the time you've heard this, we have recorded something very special this past weekend, which is great. It should be coming out once we have it all edited and everything. It's going to be fun. But yeah, anyways, EJ, where can they find you at, man?
Instagram. This is Juwan96.
That's it. There we go. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.